Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with wrestler Zachary Papin, men's track and field captain Harrison DeKnight, and women's swimmer Rachel Baker. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington in the athletics. Men's and women's swimming capped the regular season with dual meet victories over York and Marymount. Women's basketball won 84-75 at Bridgewater, and men's hoops lost by a 75-61 count at Roanoke. At the Liberty kickoff, Maggie Siebold and Samantha Yates led women's track and field with top 5 finishes in the mile, while Cooper Baird paced the men's team by placing 5th in the 3,000 meters. And wrestling split a pair of Centennial Conference matches at Ursinus, falling to the host Bears while downing Muhlenberg. Joining me now is Zachary Papin, junior wrestler from Carrollton, Texas. Zachary, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
W&L is now 2-1 in the Centennial. One of those wins was the program's first over the Merchant Marine Academy in over a decade. How pleased have you been with the start to conference play?
Well, it's certainly great to see the team grow and kind of see where we are in years past, and have a great freshman class that came in and really able to fill some of those holes in the lineup. And definitely great to make some of the other coaches' heads turn and kind of see that we're really competitive in the conference now. And definitely a great win over Merchant Marine, because considering, like you said, we haven't beat them in over a decade. So just happy to get the ball rolling, get some good momentum going into these other conference duels, and I'm excited to see what we have ahead.
Coach Shearer told us recently that one of the benefits to the deeper roster that you have this year is more competitive practices. How has that benefited you and your teammates?
It's been awesome having a full room, just get some new matchups. You're not wrestling with the same guy every day, get some new looks. And like I said, we've got the biggest team we've had since I've been at W&L, and great camaraderie. Everyone gets along pretty well, but everyone does a really good job of kind of leaving that at the door and leaving the friendships behind and just trying to win every takedown, every position when we get in the room. And then you always have the competitiveness of, I'm older than this guy, he's a freshman, I'm a junior, or I'm a weight class above, and kind of that sticks in the back of your head, and you're kind of just trying to win every position and just working through the entire practice. And then, like I said, getting new looks with new partners, and just really gets the new atmosphere in the room when everyone's working hard rather than just 4 or 5 guys, because the roster's pretty hurt and beat up and everything. So definitely makes it a little easier to get through practice and stay competitive the whole time.
The Generals battled through a very tough non-conference schedule. You took on Ohio Northern and Ferrum teams that are nationally ranked. You faced off against a D1 program in Davidson. How has that level of competition that helped you prepare for the Centennial?
I'd hate to call it trial by fire, because we're definitely competitive with those teams, but it's really good to kind of get some good looks and really figure out where your holes are early in the season. And I think Coach's goal going into the conference duels is he doesn't want any undefeated wrestlers. He wants to get some competition level where we can kind of figure out what we need to work on, see some of those tougher matches, and kind of really feel confident going into these conference duels that we've known that we've wrestled the tough competition already, and we know where we need to improve, and really starting to come all together at the right time.
The conference meet is just over 2 weeks away. How important is this last stretch of the regular season as you look ahead at the Centennial Championship?
Well, we've been putting in the work since we got to campus in September, focusing on Centennial, the conferences and the regionals, and more importantly, a national tournament. And it's really important now to keep our foot on the gas and make all that work worth it. We're really only cheating ourselves at this point if we don't really focus on this last stretch and really push towards that goal that we've been focusing on all season.
Zachary, thanks for joining us. Good luck with the rest of the year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Here with me in the studio is Rachel Baker, senior swimmer from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
W&L just wrapped up the regular season with an unbeaten record in dual meets, including the program's first ever win over Carnegie Mellon. You finished first or second in every invitational that you swam in. How pleased have you been with the year thus far?
Super proud of the year so far. This is the first undefeated season that we've had since I've been here. And as you mentioned, the win over Carnegie Mellon was pretty historic, and that was one of our big team goals heading into this season.
In particular, how did the Generals perform in their 4 dual meet wins in January?
I think we did pretty well. It's a little hard to swim fast in January because we come off like a tough training trip in Miami. We start lifting again, so we're swimming sore, but I think we had some standout swims. Some final pool records fell inside Twombly. I think we're in a good place heading to ODAX.
W&L has made several strides on the national level in the last few years. How exciting has it been to be a part of that progress during your time on campus?
It's been amazing to see the team grow since I've been here. My freshman year, we were just so excited when people got NCAA B cuts, but now we have people finaling at nationals. So it's just great to be a part of that transition, and I'm in awe of a lot of the freshmen. They're so fast, so I know the team is in great hands.
The ODAC meet is coming up in mid-February. The NCAA meet is on the horizon as well. What are the Generals looking to accomplish in the postseason?
Well, we're starting tapering now, so everyone's getting really excited, getting a little bit more rest. And I think best times across the board for ODACs. If we win, it'll be our 10th consecutive ODAC championship. So that would be awesome to be a part of my senior year. Hopefully we get some more people and some relays to nationals, and then keep that excitement going through March, and hopefully be like a big presence at that meet and have more individuals in finals and more relays in finals as well.
Rachel, thanks for joining us. Good luck to the team at the ODAC Championship.
Thanks so much for having me.
With me now is Harrison DeKnight, senior track and field captain for Midland Park, New Jersey. Harrison, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How pleased have you been with the team's performances during the first few meets of the indoor season?
You know, considering the team has been battling several injuries throughout the preseason, I'd say overall we're pretty pleased with the performances we have had so far.
The indoor schedule seems to be somewhat scattered across the first few months of the season. You start in December and then you have exams and the holiday break. How do you get into rhythm and then build up for the ODAC indoor meet at the end of February?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Throughout the season, we all have our intermediary personal goals leading up to the ODAC Conference Championship. So leading up to the Conference Championship, we all kind of focus on those individual goals. And as we get closer and closer to the Conference Championship, we start to come together as a team. Specifically, over the Feb break, we all come together and have breakfast together, we train together, and really get closer as one unit, building up to that Conference Championship.
You compete in jumps for W&L. What are the team's expectations for those events this year?
I think this year is one of our stronger years for the jumps. Specifically, we could have place finishers in 1, 2, 3 in the pole vault, finishers 1, 2 in the high jump, and gain some points in the triple and long jump as well. Pretty solid in the jumps this year.
The Indoor Conference Championship will take place at Roanoke's new field house at the end of February. You were in Salem in December. You've got another meet there in mid-February. How will familiarity with the venue benefit the team as you prepare for the conference meet?
I think it's not necessarily as important for the upperclassmen, but very critical for the first years coming in for that comfortability, especially at their first indoor conference championship. And I think that could definitely help them compete at a higher level.
Harrison, thanks for joining us. Best of luck throughout the year.
Thank you.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend when just 3 teams will be in action. Wrestling heads to Maryland for Centennial Conference matches against McDaniel and Gettysburg. Women's basketball will play host to Roanoke at the Water Center, and men's basketball hits the road to take on Randolph-Macon. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.